So, one of your most interesting stories to me is, your fucking... The one about you going to become a, I'll wait for you to get your dogs and stuff in first.
Oh, they're inside.
Oh, okay. What, are they just messing around?
Yeah, they like to take the sweet time to walk down the hallway. They kind of like to stop in the middle of it and watch me and... Easy. Good boys. Easy. Good boy.
Okay. One of your coolest stories of mine is the one about how you're becoming a priest or minister, and you were talking about how you were trying to become something for the Vicodin or something like that.
Vatican.
Vicodin, yeah, Vicodin's a fucking drug. The Vatican.
Vicodin's a great time. But yeah, no. I was actually looking into becoming an exorcist for the Diocese of the Vatican.
Well, and what the hell was it that made you decide not to do that?
Just from experiences as a child, my mom had told me from an early age and some of her friends that while she was pregnant with me, she went to this house party and she went to this room and they were messing around with the Ouija board, and then apparently as soon as she walked in the room, it stopped doing whatever it was doing and it started to tell her shit. And it even apparently, from what I got from my mom's best friend, which she's like, yeah, she told me that it said some stuff about me and that she promised my mom that she wouldn't go any further than that. And I've asked my mom a few times what it said, and the one time, about a couple of years ago, probably around like 2017 or 2018, I had asked her what the board said, and she actually got really pissed off with me and told me that she almost forgot about that night until I brought it up, and it actually gave her some pretty troublesome nights for like a good couple months.
Really?
Yeah, so I've wanted to, at least wanted to figure that out, and even as a kid, like, even still today, I'll see something at the corner of my eye, or even my dogs, they'll react to something in my room at night every now and then. But
so how are you supposed to become an exorcist if you're haunted yourself, though?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I really don't know if they'd even allow me or allow somebody to do that kind of work, because you are already in some way touched by something, so you are already an easy vessel or conduit.
Couldn't they just take that? Couldn't they just take that out of you or some shit, though?
And I've tried. I've gone to silver priest to do just a basic blessing and stuff like that, and I still feel it. Like, I still feel his presence.
Really?
Oh yeah. A couple times that I've gotten blessed from a priest. It could be just weird coincidences or something like that, but day after the priest blessed me, he actually fell off a ladder and broke his collarbone. But that could just be chalked up to, just random life coincidences or something like that,
But it could, but it's possibly related.
But it's possible, like.
And just for blessing you, maybe it's not a fucking evil thing of of Christianity. You ever think of that?
There are some things, like some blessings won't really, it'll more anger whatever's attached or something like that. Like, even having a religious figure in the presence could even upset or disturb whatever it is that you could have attached to you.
Now, does this shit do anything, or does it just kind of fuck around? Like,
it's hard to say, because it'll just suggest certain things, and sometimes I think it'll even do certain things if I'm angry enough or scared enough.
Like what? You got an example at all?
One time back in Ontario there, I was walking around with some friends, and then we were about to pass this one alleyway, and just something something felt like it grabbed my shoulder and like basically like told me like don't walk past it or walk like, you know, take a different route around that thing.
I mean, that could
And
also be
fucking-
just your fucking like gut feeling.
You know, your
real
instincts,
quick.
your gut feeling too, but I swear like I felt a hand on my shoulder like basically like pull me towards a different direction, but you
Just
know, it
say,
could be
don't
Yeah,
do
you're
that.
right. Yeah, and later on I learned that there was a fucking kind of like weird junkie living in there that I was actually attacking people, like trying to jack them and rob them and shit like that for money or for whatever the
So
reason.
maybe this thing isn't like
Meth gives you
fucking.
good ideas.
Maybe it isn't. Like if it is some sort of spirit, it isn't necessarily fucking bad. You know?
No, it's not, because I mean, if it was pure evil, it would wear you. It would wear you down and shit like that. Like it'd actually make you start doubting everything, like your sanity, your existence, everything. It's what those entities are. They get off on, like they're like making you question everything and bring it to a breaking point.
I feel bad for people who just can't get rid of those fucking things, though. I feel like some people like are haunted with crazy fucking demons from like that from birth because of like fucking past deals someone's made or some shit, you know?
Oh fuck yeah, there are like some theories and rumors that even some powerful families have made sketchy dealings with certain things in the shadows that have even cursed them like over the years in certain ways.
I wouldn't doubt that. So this thing just kind of like sticking around. Why the fuck doesn't your mom ever tell you what it's for then? Like that's what I don't understand. If it's never really done anything bad, did it fuck you up when you were a kid or something?
I've had a lot of accidents when I was a kid. Apparently I fell off of a rocking chair some way somehow when I was just sitting into it, and I fell off and hurt my side. Like I hit my side on something. I really don't know what. My uncle's dog broke its chain and went up on top of the porch and attacked me, like ripped my face apart. But that was just the some of the foster kids being assholes to the dog, you know, teasing it with whatever, throwing bones at it, rocks and whatever, and it probably just had enough that night and just snapped and broke its chain and
Wait, so you had
basically
like, you had you lived in a foster home, or was it like your uncle?
No, my
had foster
mare.
kids?
My mare, she had a foster home,
What's a
mare is like a French Canadian thing for a grandmother.
Okay, all right. So she just owned a. What the fuck was it like living in a foster home? It was with like.
Oh, that was cool. You like some of the kids were little shitheads, but you know you had those cool kids that I hung out with and had good times with. It was a cool place. You kind of feel bad for some of them and their situations and stuff like that, but I mean,
Understandable.
yeah.
But what was it that made you decide to fucking like not be a priest anymore? Like what even got you into the idea of being an exorcist, and what made you decide completely not to?
Got me into the idea of looking into the priesthood.
Because that's got to be
was
fucking
about-
crazy, right, dude? Like that's
It's not
something you
a
gotta
decision
feel.
that you take lightly. You know, it's definitely not a decision you take lightly because
And you kind of,
it's a huge commitment.
and not just that, you got to be fucking dedicated for your whole life. Like, were you a virgin at that point still?
No, but even I believe you can still turn to the priesthood and still take your vow of celibacy. Like even some sisters, like some nuns, like there are some girls, like there's some women in there that have you know.
Yeah, but they can never be the top.
But have also.
They can never be the top bitch nun, can they?
They could,
really?
I believe. Yeah, I think so. As long as you take your vow of celibacy and you don't do anything after that, I think, you know.
I mean, was your plan to ever become the Pope, or was that never a plan?
No. That was never. The highest ambition that I would have wanted, like rank-wise in the priesthood, would have been like maybe bishop or cardinal. But even then, that's a high place.
And that you'd have to live in Rome for that shit, right?
Oh, I'd love to live in Rome. That was the idea, is to go and study in Rome.
Really?
Not one of the North American schools here, but you have to score off the charts, I believe, to even be considered for a position in Rome. And you know, speaking Italian would extremely help, which I don't.
Okay, so
It'd be nice.
So fucking what was the reason? Like, were you just really fucking Christian?
I grew up pretty Catholic, and
Catholic, yeah.
Yeah, I had a pretty strong Catholic upbringing, and I'd wanted to help people, not in the way that most priests did, but just in a different way, like just, you know, help rid, you know, some evil in this world, try to bring some good, you know, purge it out of people.
So that's what you, that was the main reason, was to try and talk people out of, like, doing dumb shit, like,
not doing dumb stuff, but, like, you know, helping people with possession, or even spiritual problems, like, even, you know, stuff that they had, you know, day-to-day stuff, even.
Okay. So you really just wanted to help people's, like, kind of, like, mental health and fucking...
Pretty much,
and
like, some people will
spirit.
see... Yeah, because when the demonic possession cases filed to the clergy, they actually will send, I believe, a priest that is versed, that has a psychology degree, or a psychologist themselves, and actually go and do a basic psyche eval, and it has to meet a certain set of criteria to get approval from the papacy to...
When did the last exorcism happen in, like, America, though?
I don't know about that.
Or even sure. Canada, all of North America, including, like, Mexico and all that shit.
I know that exorcisms aren't really that prevalent here in North America as they used to be, or as they once were. But I know that there's still some in, like, some of the older countries where, like, modern technology and modern belief systems haven't really gotten there yet, type thing. Like some of the places where there's still, like, the old religion, as you would call it, like they still believe in, like, hardcore old school ways. Like some places in the Middle East, like, you know how they're super hard in their belief of the Quran and Shari law. I think that's what it's called. It's something like that. Same thing with that in some places in Europe, and some places in Africa that still have Christianity, and even I almost kind of underneath the belief system where if you, I don't know how to really put this, but if you kind of believe in the whole possession of demons and all that, and you got, like, a mass, like, people believe in it, then that energy would open up a portal for something to happen, type thing. So, like, so pretty much in our society, like in North America, like in the United States and Canada, like, exorcisms and exorcists are like movie stuff. Like, it's movie stuff. That's pretty much what we see it as. We don't see it as real stuff anymore.
It's because
so we're kind of, like, desensitized to it.
You think it's not, we're not producing it, like, energy-wise anymore because we just don't believe in this shit?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. Like, we've basically moved away from the church's teachings of, you know, if you do this, and the demon will come and, you know, fuck your skull out or something like that. You know, like, stuff like that. Like, we're just basically like, whatever, we'll do.
So what you're pretty much saying is if you can't create it in your mind, then there's no way for it to be energized spiritually inside the world.
Pretty much. Like, there have been a few like studies done where, and even some like cases where, you know, some lady thinks or somebody thinks that there's something in her house, so she starts recording stuff. But in reality, there isn't anything, but because she wants something to be there, something will come and start talking to a recorder. Depending if it's good or bad, that's a whole nother toss of the coin. So it's like, you know, you could start tonight recording, you know, hey, is there anybody here, you know, make a sound or do something or something like that. You can do that for months. Eventually something will come and it'll talk back, but you might not like it.
So it's you pretty much summoning that kind of energy.
Pretty much.
Or is it just kind of like to you, like spirits just kind of walk through sometimes and see if anyone wants to fuck around or not? Like they just do a quick stop by. Like they come through the back door. Let's see what this person's doing. Okay, they don't give a fuck about nothing. I'm gonna go to the next person. This person keeps on asking who's here. I'm gonna fuck with them for a while. Type of situation, or is it like you literally kind of make it come because you've been thinking about it?
Pretty much like a little bit of both in a way. Like you can manifest it, but also you could be born naturally with a sensitivity to that kind of stuff. Like, you know how you hear people saying like they see auras or certain stuff like that, like they see different energies about people. Like those people are naturally sensitive to
Well, I feel like you could...
the ethereal plane.
I feel like there's definitely, like, you could just kind of... Just the way someone kind of feels, like, you could just kind of feel them out. I don't know if it's necessarily, like... I don't know. I don't know how to define that, because besides, like, their energy, like, yeah, that's kind of what it... Because when I say, oh, his energy doesn't feel right, something doesn't just feel right about that person. You get what I mean, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, you're either on the subway or just, you know, walking in the store or something like that. You just pass a person, like, yeah, that guy just does not feel kosher at all. Like, this guy can not be around me, or this person can not be around me.
Yeah. I mean, and now you're an atheist, right?
I still believe in, like, I don't really believe in the whole, like, Jesus Christ and all that stuff, but I still do believe in the whole, you know, good spirits and evil spirits and...
Yeah, I can see that,
because... forces of good and evil and stuff like that. Like, I don't discount the religion or anything like that. Like, I still believe some things, even in other religions, like they all have good points and stuff like that, but, you know...
I mean, like, a lot of the religions are don't fuck up and don't be a dick.
Pretty much,
if you be a dick, then you're gonna be... Because I can totally see that, like, if you die and you're a wretched person, like, to the core, you could easily... I feel like your energy could easily stick around just to forever live here, but you'd be fucking with people in the afterlife spiritually and shit, so, like... You know, you get what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. Like, what the fuck are they gonna do? You know?
Yeah. I think I'm going to make it with the bong.
Go for it, dude.
And, you know, again, I don't know how the clergy would feel about a priest getting blitzed off of dabs, so...
I mean, yeah. would they really care, though? That's a real question. You know, I mean, like, really think about it. Do you think that Jesus didn't, like, you know, puff on some marijuana?
Smoke a herb?
Yeah, like, come on, why the fuck not?
It'd be technically,
I could totally see Jesus snorting some fucking coke, dude. I could totally see him doing that.
Well, there was a study done, what was it, like 2006, 7, somewhere around there, on the on the Shroud of Christ, and apparently there was like GHB or something like that, traces of GHB on the fucking thing. So it's like, dude was doing some serious hardcore drugs.
What the fuck? Well, wait, what's GHB again? What does that do to you?
I think it's like a, I'm not really sure what it is, but I think it's a almost like a steroid type thing, maybe. Maybe it's like it's probably like PCP almost, maybe. Not too sure. Not too sure what it is.
I don't really even know chemically what the fuck PCP is, to be honest with you.
PCP is dangerous shit. There was a biker and cop brawl in Toronto, I think in the early or late 90s. And from the stories that I've heard from a couple bikers was it took the cops 12 shotgun shells to put that biker down that was hopped up on PCP.
So it's like it's kind of like methamphetamine.
It's like, yeah, it's like meth and bath salts or something like that. It's crazy stuff. It gets you going.
It literally kind of, so I mean, but technically it's not a steroid then. It's just something that reduces pain highly to the point to where you could just take gunshots and keep going and then continue to pump even more adrenaline through. It's kind of like it. All right, so if we were in an intense war, if you fed like PCP to your army, even though you probably had, that's something the government would easily do. Like
the Nazis and the Allies did experiment with giving the soldiers meth.
Well, I mean, Japan also had the soldiers doing meth too. But why not
I think
PCP?
everybody was on meth during WW2.
I think PCP
would be, it's too unpredictable. Like you might have you might be coherent the one moment, but the next thing you're just fucking probably shooting your own guys or something.
Well, there's always the possibility of where they could just run out and go on a total rampage. I mean, if he took 12 shots, okay.
Shotgun shells, 12 gauge shotgun shells. Those are big boys.
And we're talking probably about like buckshot. We're probably not talking about buckshot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the.
Well, actually,
I think the cops can use slugs, but a slug would blow your ass right out through your fucking face.
Yeah, so it must have been duck shot then.
Yeah,
it had to have been.
Nothing bigger than buckshot.
I mean, if it's duck shot, then it's just salt. It's like it's hurting them. It's going in there, but they're just not. They're just not killing him. Unless they did end up. Is that what they end up doing? Is killing him?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they dropped him like third period French.
Well, and was it like blowing holes in them? Do you know?
I'm not too sure. I didn't really much detail from the guys. Babies, where's Hades? Where's Hades? There's Hades.
So, has this, I want to talk about that spirit a little more. Has that thing ever tried to, like, talk to you, like, actually?
Oh, excuse me. It smirks and grins and frowns. It never spoken. It's always done gestures. It's never spoken to me.
Have you ever done the Ouija board?
Nope, I don't mess with that shit. I will never fucking. I've actually left a house party because I heard that they actually had a Ouija board in the house, and I was like, I'm out. And they're like, whoa, they're not playing that. It's like, I don't care, I'm out. I don't fucking want that thing near me.
Is it because of the spirit you have attached to you?
That and I don't know. A lot of people don't know how to use Ouija boards, and they can be dangerous pieces.
Not just that, but it also has to be built a certain type of way with like marble or some shit in it, so the spirits can't get out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about Ouija boards. I just know I just don't want them fucking around me.
Yeah, that's understandable. So, I was gonna say, because if you ever decide to do it, that might be your only way to talk to that thing.
Oh fuck no, I ain't talking to that thing. We can keep our weird glances. That's about it. Fucking hell.
You'd rather just keep the weird glances than have it like come to life through that shit. Actually be able to talk.
I don't need to hear that thing's voice if it has a voice.
Maybe that's why you were raised Catholic, or maybe that's why you're. Did your mom ever tell you not to use one?
No. She's never really. She's expressed that she doesn't like them, and that she would never allow me to have one in the house if I wanted one. I was like, well, I don't fucking want one. Like, why would I want one?
Has anyone else seen that spirit at all, or no?
No, unfortunately not. I've tried to get people to see it, but it seems like it's only me that, or it could be just absolutely batshit crazy. You never know.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say because there's a possibility of schizophrenia, but if that's the only thing you see, then
yeah, it's the only thing I see every now and then. It's not like, I'm pretty sure if I had schizophrenia, it'd be more frequent, and off medication, you'd probably get like it increases in frequency after that too.
From what I've heard, schizophrenia is like your reality. Every time something new comes into your life, your reality splits. Like some new information, or you're asked it like. Alright, so I have a podcast actually about this already, but you know, I'm going to tell you about this anyway. How I was explained to it, which I still need to put out, because I haven't edited it yet, but I'm going to probably tomorrow. But what I've gotten from schizophrenia is it's pretty much, so at least for my cousin, it's like this. I don't know, everyone else can be different. But he sees some people in his house, okay? And the more you ask him about details on those people, the more detailed they get and the more you split their reality further away from what reality actually is. Like, let's say, do you have a face? Which I actually end up asking him in there. Or does... He says there's this little girl that sits in the kitchen on the floor, and that's it. She sits there. Alright? And me being stupid, not knowing this at the moment, I asked, does she have a face? He says, yeah. And I'm like, what does it look like? And he tells me, like, have you ever heard about the story about the spirit in Japan?
That Grudge thing there? That Grudge movie?
Kinda, with the cut up mouth.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not stitched together or anything. He says that's what it looks like.
Oh, damn.
And me asking him those questions made him, in his mind, give it those features. Or, there's a possibility it didn't, but there's also a possibility it did. Because he might not have actually even noticed it before or thought about it. So now I'm adding details to him that he didn't even know were details before, but they're details now. You know what I mean? That's the kind of... And there's nothing you could do about it, and it's not like I really knew what I was doing. So it wasn't purposeful. And I didn't get explained any of that until after. But, there's a... Every time he goes to sleep, like he was asleep, the lights got like 3 times brighter.
Oh, what?
3 times brighter. Yeah, dude. And I'm not fucking around. Like, I finished the podcast and we were still talking about it. He went to bed, and the lights just got 3 times brighter. And they're like, yeah, books will be thrown at him at night, pillows will be thrown at him, his fucking, like, shit on his shelf will just fall down. And like, apparently, what are they called? Shamans were actually just schizophrenics, but the difference is in this society, we make every mental disability look like a horrible fucking thing, you know?
Oh yeah.
We piss on it, piss on it, piss on it, instead of being like, yeah, it happens, it's not a bad thing, but there is a way we can help you treat it if you want. You know,
like there's a way we can help you deal with it and manage it, and
if you feel like it needs to be managed, right. Yeah, if you feel like it needs to be coped with. And that's part of the problem. While we have schizophrenics and there were showmen, or that's what they're called, right? Shaman.
Shaman. Yeah, shaman.
The shaman were praised for their abilities to see other people because they would think it was spirits guiding them. While schizophrenic people, no one else can see the things. And people just think literally they're crazy. And that makes it so their reality makes them think they're crazy, which enhances the schizophrenia idea of making you crazy. So now you're actually going crazy and weird shit's happening that you don't understand because the doctor told you that you're going to see things. Alright? And that's part of it, you know? And it usually does start before the doctor tells you or anything, but it starts with shit like voices and blobs. Like, it doesn't look like anything. He can't see it. There's just a voice around him. There's just a voice around him. And there's a cowboy that stands on the front porch, apparently, some shit like that. So that's pretty fucking wild too, but, yeah. It's pretty much, the way we treat it is why people who have it get it so bad and are so fucking, like that. See, telling them that they're like all magical beings, though, wouldn't be a good idea either, but it could just help to tell them that it's not a bad thing, and it would create a kind of, peace, inner peace for him when he hears the voice. That's some nice looking shit right there.
Yeah, it's called diamonds. They're called diamonds.
Oh, is that, you get that from your Canadian dispensary?
No. No, they don't have diamonds yet. They only have distillate and shatter at the moment. Diamonds is like, if you want to go pro.
So, are they illegal for you then?
Maybe, I think so, probably. I get them off of a website. It's the company's in BC, so I guess.
British Columbia? So it is legal then, it's gotta be legal.
It's gotta be. Most likely. You can get like edibles and waxes and all that other stuff on that site too. So.
And it's like .com website?
Yep. Or .ca or something like that, but yeah, it's a full-on website with things.
And it comes right from fucking British Columbia.
Yeah, right from BC.
So you know it's the good shit. It's gotta be the good shit, man. Your Canadian weed is pretty ridiculous, by the way. It's.
I just sent you what the site's called. Pretty sure that's what it is. Let me just.
I mean, it's not like I could get it shipped here where I am, though. I can't, you know.
Maybe.
You really think British Columbia is gonna fucking send that shit to the U.S.?
BC, if they get their money, I don't see why not.
Do they ask for an ID or anything like that?
Negative. All you gotta do is just do the whole e-transfer them the money, they'll give you the email address that you need to use, and you just transfer them the money, and you get a confirmation email after that saying that, yep, you know, your payment has been received and your order's being processed. And I believe you'll get another email after that letting you know that your shipment has been shipped.
And those are real diamonds.
Like, not like diamonds, not like, you know, diamonds that you get from the ground, but they're...
No, I'm not talking about those, like THC diamonds.
Yeah, yeah, real ones.
How do you give him e-money? Just like Bitcoin?
No. You ever, like, done an e-transfer with your bank? Like, sent money from your bank with an email address for somebody?
With an email address? No, I've never done it with an email address. I've used my debit card to buy shit like that, you know?
Yeah, no, it's just like an e-transfer. That's, at least, I'm not sure if it's a Canadian thing or not, but
unless unless it's like through like Venmo, PayPal, some shit like that, then I can understand that, but...
Nope. No, I just go through my my bank, like my banking app on my phone, and go to the e-transfer part, put in the email address, the amount, the security password, and any notes that I would want, like, hey, I want more sativa or more indica or something like that, or I want a hybrid, more hybrids than anything else type thing. And they'll be like, yep, or I want more flavors. Yeah.
So...
Good site, I'd like it.
That's so fucking weird. Have you only gotten that one thing off it, though?
Oh no, I've gotten like a shit ton of distillate off that site.
And it's real fucking shit.
Real shit.
100% positive. And I guess we'll find out here in a minute. That's just so wild to me, dude. Like, I feel like that's how you get caught. You know what I mean?
No.
I feel like doing it from like a .com address is just how you get caught. Let me look this up. You don't use a VPN or anything?
No.
No, excuse me.
You're good. I'm looking at it right now. At least 19 years of age.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you gotta be at least 19. But who's counting?
1 ounce of flour for $1.30, $50 for top shelf. Few peas on sale.
Yeah, if you go to the little menu thing, the 3 bars, you'll see an icon that says concentrates. You hit that and you go to diamonds, and they should be there.
There's no way they do it to the US, dog. There's no shot. Hashes, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, they got hash. They got edibles.
I haven't had hash in so fucking long. I love hash.
Excuse me. Yeah. Hash is freaking nice.
Temple balls. One. Let's see what if I can even do this checkout. Okay, so it's literally I don't want to make an account and all that shit right now, so I'm not even gonna bother doing that. But let me go to let me go back. Concentrates. Let's see what they got. I'm pretty sure this is only a Canadian thing, dude, because there's no way they send that over the border, dude. There's no fucking way. Like, I just simply couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that.
I mean, did it have a pick a country option when you go to buy it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, there's no shot. There's no shot. But I mean, if I ever go to Canada, well, when I go to Canada again, because I will, I'll just fucking have that sent to the hotel.
There you go. We do have, you know, dispensaries that you can just go to, too.
Yeah, but do they have hash?
Oh, I don't know. I think so.
Or edibles?
Oh yeah, yeah. The dispensaries they have edibles.
In fucking Quebec, that shit isn't allowed, dude. All they had was flour.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You probably went there just when things were opening up or something like that, because yeah, for a little bit you couldn't find the edibles or the concentrates. You can only
of last year.
Yeah, they only had the flour in the stores then.
Well, it was illegal for them to do anything else. I when I was there, at least, they might have changed it though. Their flour was pretty fucking phenomenal, though, dude. They must have been. Where were they getting it shipped? They were all getting that shipped in too, probably from BC, right?
Yeah, some grow companies, like some growing companies from BC, like Aurora. And oh fuck, what was the other one there? Yeah, but I think Aurora is like bankrupt or something like that. I don't know.
Is it all government dispensaries now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they're not privately owned. It's all government.
That's kind of fucking gay.
Or they could be like privately owned, but you have to get like a government license to operate it and have to, you know, kind of deal.
Well, yeah, I could understand having to get a license to operate your dispensary. I could see that, you know, but how hard is it to do that? How hard is it to actually get one of them fucking thingamajigs, you know what I mean? A government license.
What's that?
How
Sorry.
hard? You're good. How hard is it to get one of them government license, though? That's the real question.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how many hoops you gotta jump through and all that nonsense. I really don't know.
You know what?
Because I mean, shit, depending what kind of crap you gotta do, I'd open one up here. Make some pretty decent business.
Yeah?
Maybe people don't have to drive all the way down the White Court to get their weed.
Yeah?
And it's a good stopping point in between Slave Lake and White Court if you want to stop in, have a little
Wait,
puff,
Slave
get a little
Lake?
smoke up.
Yeah, what a place, huh?
Jesus Christ.
Yep. Canadians are so racist.
Oh, Canadians are they actually?
I mean, we have a racist just like everybody else does. But yeah, Slave Lake is like, it's actually a pretty decently big native community too. There's a couple.
Is that why it's called Slave Lake, because the natives feel like slaves?
Don't know why they called it Slave Lake. I've tried to look up the reason, look up the meaning of it, but I've never really gotten anywhere. I might just have to go into the
information center in Slave Lake one day and just like finally ask them like, why the fuck do you guys call this place Slave Lake? Like,
Or
seriously.
could that possibly just be a nickname, or is it like officially actually named that?
No, it's actually officially like when you're driving on the highway, you know, it says Slave Lake and it's many kilometers.
Really, dude?
Yep. Well, it's like the fucking town that I live in.
Lake. Is your so as an outsider, how are you looking at America right now?
It's just a great time.
It's a great time.
It's just a great time to be a Canadian, that's all I'm saying. But, you know, we have our own idiot in the White House, too. I mean,
do you guys...
nobody's perfect, but...
Do you guys like, what is it called? You guys don't like Trendell or whatever his name is?
Trudeau?
Tahoe? Oh, yeah, Trudeau.
Tahoe. Trudeau, yeah. Yeah, Trudeau, well, at least, like, probably 90%, if more, maybe give or take a couple percent or two, absolutely fucking hates Trudeau, because he basically fucked the oil field over hard, like, bent us over and just stuck it in with sandpaper lube.
Are you guys buying a lot of oil right now from the U.S.?
I think so, either the U.S. or Saudi Arabia, I'm not too sure.
Because I know we're producing a lot of fucking oil right now, dude, like a lot of it.
Yeah, the oil field up here, they've shut in everything.
When's your next election over there?
We had it last year, so it'll be in 2021, 2022, 2022, every 4 years, something like that, 2023.
Yeah, so it's 4 years or 3 years?
4 years, just like you guys, every 4 years.
Okay. Are you guys just America, but with pretty much not as many guns available?
Basically, after the fucking mass shooting that we had out east there, fucking a lot of gun laws got rechanged and shit like that. Like, we can't... I'm gonna have to really look them up there, but a lot of people are, like, selling their guns or getting rid of their guns, because apparently there's rumors talking that they're actually just gonna come and take all the restricted guns, like all the rifles and stuff like that, and all the handguns. It's basically going to be like a British state, like it'll be illegal to own a rifle or a handgun. The only guns you're allowed to own are like a hunting rifle or a hunting shotgun. That's about it. So that totally ruins it for those of us that want to do the 3-gun competition shit. So, thanks, fuck faces.
And are they actually planning on passing this in?
I think so.
That's... you guys are... Yeah, you guys are literally just the U.S. without guns. I could easily see that.
It's coming at you.
And probably, your country was never split or had a revolution, like, against each other like ours did it?
I don't think so. I don't think we had a... Not from... I remember. I know we had, like, a...
You came and burned our fucking White House down.
I know we had a few scuffles with some of the native populations.
Well, natives are different, but you guys never fought against each other, like, actually.
No, I don't think so. I think, like, the closest thing we've ever came to, like, maybe a civil war is the whole Quebec wanted to separate from Canada, but, I mean, other than that, I don't believe we've...
It's not Quebec, it's Quebec?
Quebec, yeah.
Quebec?
Quebec.
So they wanted to separate probably because they wanted to be a part of France, or just...
No, they just wanted to be their own thing. They didn't like how Canada was, or how the rest of the country was running, like how everybody else was running Canada, and Quebec wanted to do their own thing, but they wanted to keep the military, the healthcare, I can't remember what else, but like the federal government was like, no, you're not keeping that shit if you fuck off. Like, if you fuck off, you basically have to start off from scratch. Like, you guys are dumb.
So they wanted to say, let me be separate, but give me all your shit still.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, they said, yeah, we want to be separate, but we don't want to have to, I think, what was it, pay taxes to you guys. We still want to keep the military. We still want to keep the healthcare system. And all that stuff there. So it's like, yeah.
So they pretty much just said fuck you, and Quebec was like, alright.
Pretty much, I think they just dealt with it.
I mean, it's kind of like, not Canada, it's like Texas.
California wanted to separate. Oh yeah, Texas, yeah, wanted to be like, yeah, screw this, make their own independent.
Texas has been wanting to do that for years, though. Literally
same
years.
thing with Quebec. I think they want, like, the earliest I remember hearing about them wanting to separate was like in the late 90s.
But Canada was going to allow them if they didn't keep all the other shit?
I think so, yeah.
Canada really doesn't give too many shits. They're just like, alright, whatever, I don't really... So if, like, Toronto and, what was it called? Toronto and, British Columbia just decided to become their own, countries tomorrow, they totally could.
Like Ontario, and yeah, Toronto's part of Ontario.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, Ontario and BC, if they want to just be their own countries.
Ontario,
but there's probably no
be able to. I don't know.
There's probably no promise that like the Canadian military wouldn't come in and fuck shit up, you know.
I really don't know. I don't think so. Because I think we have pretty much the same, like, anti-using military, you know, on Canadian soil as you guys do type thing. Like, it's a super huge red tape thing to put, you know, your own army boots on your own soil, which I don't fucking understand. I mean, if a problem needs it, fucking get it done. Put boots on the ground and put boots to face.
They enacted martial law, I'm pretty sure, a few times in the U.S. this year.
No, really?
I think so. They might have. I don't know. Or they almost did. But the military was on soil, like, I don't know if they're
probably
fucking
it was
shit
the
up,
National
but
Guard. Could have been the National Guard doing their thing.
It was part of the military and shit.
Yeah, okay.
But here's the thing, they never shot or hurt anyone, while fucking the rest of them did. You know, like the cops over here are pretty bad, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like they really are generally racist. Not all of them are, but like there's a whole. Here's the thing: even if there are a few bad apples who are dedicated to their job and just want peace, like part of it's one, like they need a better education and they need a better psyche evals. Yeah, psyche evals. You get what I'm fucking psychological evaluation. Not just that, but I feel like they also kind of need to just be there with the community. You know what I mean? Like,
well, the whole thing of, you know, police actually walking around neighborhoods and shit like that, it's gone away. And honestly, if I became a cop, that's what I would do. I would get out of my patrol car, if I could walk around a block, talk to a few people, you know, hearts and minds, baby, hearts and minds.
Yeah, because then you'll get to know those people, and instead of them being fucking freaked out by you, like,
and they actually have a face to the badge.
Cops are so fucking focused on putting people in jail nowadays because of like the private prisons. And like the problem with tickets, before cops were just kind of trying to be, well, they've always been fucking racist. They always have been racist. There's one thing I can say is they've always had, from what I've seen within the years, at least in the U.S., they always have been fucking racist. And that's definitely a problem. Alright? You know, but it can be changed if you pick the right fucking people, get rid of quotas and shit like that. We don't need none of that. Private prisons make a law so they can't force your idea of 75% full or 85% full at all times constantly. Or you have to pay them. Like, no, fuck that. How sure are you that all those people are even actually in prison for the right reason? Did you actually investigate in it, or did you just throw them in there? I'm pretty sure in my state, they can have you in jail for years, even if you're innocent. Just because they want to.
Yeah, just because the system takes so long to get your court date going, so you could be sitting there for fucking
10 fucking
months, years.
Yeah.
And I personally think that fucking oh god damn it! No, I don't want to start this. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! There we go. Nice. All right.
I mean, exactly, and. The difference is that a lot of the racism is just getting like fucking broadcasted now. You know, like everyone knew what was happening, but there's always like, just like there's shitty people in general. There are like at least decent cops as well, like maybe one or two out of the whole group. The ones
like
that
you
actually
have shitty
mind.
fast food workers, you're gonna have shitty cops. So you're gonna have shitty people in every profession, no matter where you fucking go.
And most fast food workers get shitty after like a week. You know?
Yeah.
And they stay that way. But it can't be that way for a cop, especially if they're running around with guns, tasers, handcuffs, fucking batons. They can't be just like known to just drain clips like that.
Well,
that's all they know is literally
some
drain the
departments are trained to train their officers to mag them, because a lot of fucking guys that they might encounter are on like some synthetic shit that 1 or 2 rounds won't do it. So putting your whole mag into the guy will have that's the only way you're gonna stop him, is fucking basically overloading his system with so much shit.
That. I mean, like.
And a lot of the times the taser doesn't work, fucking pepper spray just doesn't do shit, and most of the times it gets, splashed back into the officer's eyes, so he's fucking, or she's fucking, rocking that too, so that's always awesome.
I could understand that. Like, I could understand easily walking in there and being afraid for your fucking life. But that's why, like, if you're gonna hold guns like that, dude, you should be going through a lot of fucking training,
I'd be hitting the range doing exercises every now and then, but if I'm coming across some hyped up junkie on something, and if he makes a move, I'm mag dumping the fucker. I don't give a shit.
That's understandable. Because he was it was either you or him.
Right? And
the real question is are you just gonna disable him, or are you gonna fully kill him?
That's the real question. I'll mag dump him, but once he stops, I'll go do what I can to stop the bleeding and get him some help. But I mean,
honestly, I'd just say shoot the arms and the legs, and he's not getting the fuck back up.
That's super hard when somebody's charging at you and you're riding that adrenaline high.
Shoot him in the dick.
Super hard shot.
That's not a hard shot. Shooting him in the dick, he'll stop right there.
It's a hard shot. It's like, if you want to do a little exercise, go to a gun range, grab a little RC, put a little mannequin on it, and have buddy drive it towards you at full speed, and you try to hit the legs and see how well you can hit those legs.
Well, what you always could do is just shoot him in the dick. Come on, empty the mag into his dick. He's gonna regret that, and there is no more high. He just got fucking castrated, okay?
Just cut his dick off with lead.
Well, I mean, I think at that point, he'd probably say he's better off dead. So, like, I don't know if that's the best idea, actually. He might just come charging at you to kill him at that point.
You might have to put a courtesy one in his face.
Yeah. But maybe don't shoot him in the dick. Shoot him in the left nut instead. One bullet in one nut ain't gonna do nothing. It'll just disable him. That's it. But yeah, man, cops over here have been bad for years. I mean, if you're white, you're pretty alright, because, like, that's what a lot of cops are. They're just white guys who got bullied or were bullying in high school and couldn't get out of that habit. Just like teachers, a lot of teachers are just students who never grew up, even though they're 32.
Nah.
That's at least how I see it. You know, not all teachers, obviously, but a lot of teachers that I've at least had, they're really just pretty much never wanted to fully grow up, you know. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, because I think it's easier to learn shit from, like,
someone you can at least relate to, not some fucking boring stiff sitting up top.
Yeah, to a certain
fucking...
to a certain degree, you know, to a certain degree. You know, like, I had this one teacher, man, and, like, my mom loved her when she had her as a teacher. But me, dude, no. If she freaked me out. She'd come up to you. I was in 7th grade. She'd come up to me. She'd be like, you look so handsome. Like, I raised my hand to answer a question. She'd be like, oh, look at you, handsome. You're looking so fantastic. I could just eat you up, and
it's
like,
not happening, lady.
and then like she'd come up behind you if you didn't get it, and she'd rub your like shoulders a little or some shit, and then like it would calm you down, and it felt nice, but at the same time you're like, this is a little fucking weird.
It's a weird touch, eh? It's a weird touch.
And
it's
she
not bad
did it,
touch. It's just weird touch.
She did it mainly to all the boys. You know, she didn't do
maybe she was
much.
looking for that, you know, student that was willing to go the extra mile for that day.
I mean, she could have. She did it to a few girls too, you know, because she was sweet to everyone. She did even call the girls like sweetie pies and shit like that. So, but at the same time, like, I don't know, like it was
probably just how she was raised, her generation, and all that stuff, you know.
Yeah, like it made me uncomfortable. At the same time, like, it was kind of like, I don't know, man. It didn't feel too vindictive. You know, it didn't feel like it was coming from a sexual tension type of
right
universe, but at the same time it could have. I don't know.
Never got any weird notes from the teacher. Do you like me? Yes or no?
I mean, that was once or twice, but I thought that just meant if she was doing a good job. And she'd ask the whole class that, like, that ass she really would. And we'd all have to pass in the note. And most people would say yes because, like, she wasn't a bad teacher. She was really friendly. She really, like, there was nothing really wrong with her at all. Besides, she was a little fucking creepy and creeped me the fuck out. And, you know, she gave fantastic back rubs, but at the same time, I'm in 7th fucking grade, dude. I'm a student. It's not like you're my mom and I'm sick, or you're my girlfriend, or, you know, sometimes you need to give your boys a back rub every once in a while, you know. Socks on, of course, so it's not gay. You know, and that's just how it is, you know, like, fucking, you don't want one from your teacher. Like, imagine a guy teacher going up
just
to girls.
Up and be like, how you feeling there, bud?
just be like, just massage you on your back and be like, you got this, don't worry, you got this. And be like, I believe in you, handsome. And doing the same shit to girls, like, it just wouldn't pass, dude. Everyone would be creeped out.
Yeah, when I played basketball in high school, the coach, you know, did the whole butt slap and, like, butt tap thing there, and yeah, I said, like, when he did that, I did like a 180. I was like, don't touch me there, man. Like, don't fucking touch me there. I don't care that this is a sports thing that you know, guys do this for sports. It's like, don't fucking touch my ass, dude. What the fuck's wrong with you?
And did he keep doing it after? Or was he like, all right?
No, he was actually pretty cool about it. And he's like, oh, no, sorry about that. And we went off and we just did the little high five thing, or just low five type thing. That was our deal. He did it. Everybody else, and I think he even brought it up to one day. He's like, hey guys, like, you guys, you know, it's nothing sexual, nothing. It's just like a sports thing. And, you know, Zach here doesn't like it. If anybody else doesn't like it, just let me know, and
it's
we'll
just
do our
some
own
slap
thing type
ass.
thing.
That's all it is. It's some slap ass. Everyone's got a slap ass. Everyone. Even the coach got a slap ass.
I am a pretty awesome, and I am a reigning champ of gay chicken.
Gay chicken?
Yeah. Never played gay chicken?
No, I've never played gay chicken. What
It's
the
where
fuck is gay chicken?
you and a buddy do pretty gay things to each other, and the first one to flinch away from how gay it is loses.
Well, I mean, I blast my homie's back out, no homo. So, you know, like, it's really, like we've already, the only thing I would never do with them is, like, I wouldn't kiss him or nothing. Like, no eye contact.
You don't, like, there's no,
There's no like lip kissing type thing. Like you can gently kiss the cheek or like fucking earlobe or something like that, but like nothing on like, oh,
you
do
just
it.
blow the
That's what
homie's
gay
back
chicken is.
out.
That's what
You just
gay
blow
chicken
the
is.
homie's back out. That sounds like really you're bisexual and you're getting a little curious.
No, that's gay chicken.
Seems like bisexuality. It's okay if you're a little bi, Zach.
Hey.
It's alright, but gay chicken, I don't know if that's the actual word for it. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, it was just shit like, you know, you jerk your homie off or something. Something that's not that big of a deal, you know? Something that's just a slim deal, you know, like jerking the homie off. Shit like that, you know?
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
No, it's not. No eye contact, wear sombrero, no lube, just dry hand, and then, you know, you wear socks at the same time, no big deal.
Alrighty then.
What, you've never done that?
Negative. I'm not gonna try it.
Oh, you've never jerked off while in the same room with your boys?
Nope.
Not even once? What the fuck?
Not that kind of guy.
I'm not that kind of guy either. It's just shit you accidentally did in high school or middle school or elementary school, whatever, and it happened. You know, sometimes you gotta jerk off with the homies. Just kind of like you blow out their back, you know? You're just really sexually frustrated. So pretty much, yeah, no, I've never done gay chicken.
I know.
I've never done any of that shit. And I've never played gay chicken either, so, you know. But it is what it is. Sometimes you do weird shit when you're actually in love with your homie, aren't you, Zach?
Yeah, no.
Come on, don't lie here. Don't lie here.
It's just a game some of the guys I know in the armed forces play when they're deployed, just to pass the time.
Just to pass the time?
Yeah, I think your soldiers do it too, because I think our guys got it from your guys.
I mean, I could see our soldiers doing that, but let's not lie. Like, most of our soldiers are probably fucking gay. Or not most of ours. Like, maybe
infantry guys are animals. Then you got the Marines. They'll just fuck anything with a pulse.
I mean, a lot of people in the army like to get fucking married at a dumbass age. At least that's a
married
US
a stripper.
thing. You did?
No, I said like some armed forces guys like to marry the stripper that they meet.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I've heard of that plenty of times. I've heard of that plenty of times, and they get cheated on, and then they're like, "What?" Like they didn't expect that already. Like, are you really surprised? Come on, man.
Right?
You married a fucking stripper. Like, you really think her and her major ass daddy issues like that were really gonna be able to get over them that fast? No. Come on. Think clearly next time. Even though you do get paid more, I'm pretty sure, if you're married and shit. You do get paid more, I'm pretty sure.
For if you're married, I think so, and also I think you also are eligible to live on base, like in a house, so you don't have to fucking.
Yeah, you get a base house.
If there's room, yeah, if there's room, I think. And I think if there's not, then I think you can apply for a
military apartment or something.
Yeah, military subsidized housing or something like that, where the military will pay for part of your rent and expenses to live off base.
Really?
But yeah, but I think that's only applied to officers who are married. I don't know.
I thought your significant other could come with you too, actually.
You're through to your garage. You, need me to bring you a ride? It's on the way.
Okay. Gay chicken. My bad, dude. I'm high as shit. I'm trying to keep this going, but it's a little hard. Fuck. I don't know. Tell me some weird shit you did as a kid. You gotta have a few fucking stories I haven't heard, or even ones that I have heard.
Leo and I used to play arrow roulette at night.
Heroin?
Arrow roulette, which we basically take a bow and arrow, fire it straight up in the air in the middle of the night, and try to figure that shit out. Well, I think everybody's done that. And try to, you know.
I have never done
run,
that
just
before,
start
but
scattering.
I've heard of a lot of people doing that. I'm like, what the fuck's the point of that? That's how you die. And last one standing wins, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Leo still has the high score to this day. The arrow landed like inches behind him the one day.
Really?
That was epic. Yeah, that was epic. Taboozing at closed golf courses in the winter, which is basically just getting a crazy carpet and getting super drunk and going on the biggest hill at the golf course and just
oh shit,
taboozing.
I haven't gone sledding in so long, dude. Last time I went sledding, I ended up punching a kid in the fucking nose. Like, he was talking shit about me to my brother, and he was my brother's friend. So I was like, okay, you want to keep talking shit? Okay. And I was like 5, dude. And I was coming down the hill, and I put my hand out and punched him. I literally did it on purpose, too. I punched him right in the fucking face. It was a whack. And this was a big-ass hill. Like, it was like... It was almost a 90-degree, well, that not possible. So it was at least like a 70-degree angle hill. Alright. And it was 2 hills stacked on top of each other. And this hill was like fucking massive. Like it was tall. That's all I can remember. Cause like I was still young. And I was coming down the hill, and this dude was calling me a little douchebag or something like that, and I didn't say anything to him the whole time, so back then I used to just let my anger get the best of me and just, you know, go off. And I had a plan to go up the hill, and when I come down, I'm going to punch him in the face. Because I think right before that, he tried to kick me, or he tripped me with his legs on the sled. So I just straight up punched him in the fucking face. If you ask me, to this day, he still deserves it. So what was the decision? We never got this answer for this question.
I actually ended up started working in a funeral home mortuary type deal, and that kind of took my attentions elsewhere. I was gonna look into being an embalmer, and then my uncle was all like, "Oh, hey, want to make stupid fuck you money out in the oil field?" I was like, "Fucking right, I do."
So an embalmer's kind of like where you fill the bodies with the chemical, drain all the other shit out of them, right?
Yeah, drain the fluids, prep the organs.
I mean, yeah, it used to be done with...
Soak the body and...
what is it done with now? That's my real question.
Formaldehyde. It's done with formaldehyde still.
Formaldehyde? I thought it was done with something different before that.
Before that, I can't remember what it was, but I think it was still formaldehyde. 'Cause formaldehyde is quite the old, like it's like an English industrial revolution time chemical.
It just fucking works. It just gets the job done.
Like, it's been used in science since, I think
Have you ever
maybe
thought maybe these bodies
16th
can't,
century?
like, do the bodies still decompose at the same rate, or?
They decompose slowly, like a lot slowly. It's basically like chemically pickling a corpse. That's what you're really doing with formaldehyde.
Chemically pickling a corpse.
Yeah.
And then they have to wait for that box to rot for them to actually rot at all?
No, depending on how the deceased is interred, it'll either be obviously cremation, so it'll just either be like a little box and they'll just put it in a little hole and do its thing, or they'll actually have a casket and the corpse inside will start to decompose before the casket will.
I thought it couldn't decompose though without any sort of like nature kind of fucking with it type of thing.
Oh, the bugs will burrow through the casket and get in there, and natural decomposition will start occurring too, and because the formaldehyde is not like a 100% guaranteed thing. Like,
it only works so well.
Yeah, it only works so well.
And then you went to the oil fields, and now you're fucking here.
Yeah.
I know there's one more thing.
Oil feels kind of fucked up though, but oil feels kind of fucked me over. But I guess.
I mean, shit. If you get rid of Trudeau, what are your political parties?
We have the Liberals, Conservatives.
And that's
Green
what they're
Party.
actually called, is liberals and conservatives. There's no like name for it. Besides that, like
I
we
think
have
so.
Republican and
Yeah,
Democrat.
you guys have Republicans and Democrats, and yeah, I think ours is just conservative, liberal, NDP, Green Party. Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Okay. And I mean, what side of the table are you generally on then?
On the conservative side of the table. Fucking make people work for their money, get a fucking job. Like, unless you're not in a wheelchair, fuck, get to work. Or even in a wheelchair, fucking get to work. Like, there are things nowadays that everybody across every spectrum can do, so there's no reason why people can't fucking get a job and contribute to society for fuck's
I mean,
sakes
you
and
could
to
probably
sit on
honestly,
ass.
you could probably even do decent jobs with a wheelchair nowadays. Like, I feel like you could be like a or be in like trades and shit even if you really wanted to.
Oh yeah, yeah. There are a couple mechanics and welders and machinists that are in a wheelchair. It's
like I could see that no problem, no issue easily, because you're pretty much on your back and shit all day anyway, and generally if you're using a wheelchair, your arm muscles are gonna be fucking strong as shit. You know?
jacked as shit. Yeah.
I mean, but if you have like a full on disease or whatever you want to call it, sickness, that being in a, like, you literally can't do shit, then I can understand that shit, you know.
Right. Like, there are some things, yeah, I can totally understand. Like, obviously, yeah, you know, some things you can't do or can't do a job. Like,
how much money did
Can't do
the Canadian government give you when COVID started?
I didn't get any.
They didn't give you any money?
Nope. Well, I didn't apply for anything, so I think you have to apply. It wasn't. I'm not sure if it was like in the States where everybody got a check, or if you had to apply for it.
Yeah, in the U.S., pretty much everyone got a check. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I think in Canada you actually had to apply for it.
You might have had to apply for it too. The stimulus check. Yeah, I got. That was a good one. An extra 1,200. That's what helped me get my apartment and shit. Without that, I still would have gotten it, but I wouldn't have been able to get it right away as fast, you know. Shit. Fuck. Oh, fuck. So, There's one more story that I want to, or well, one more subject I want to talk to you about, but I'm not sure if you want to talk about that one at all. You know.
Yeah.
Because this is a podcast, you know, it does go on YouTube and all that shit, so I'm not sure if you actually want to talk about that and anything, so. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can think of.
Something too much.
Have you done mushrooms in a while?
Sure have.
When was the last time you did that, and how'd that go?
Fucking did those, what, 3-4 weekends ago? Had a pretty amazing adventure.
I recently
Went out in the bush.
Recently I took fucking mushrooms and fucking
Nice.
or well in the summer now, and fucking it was a fantastic time. It was my first time doing it. It was fantastic.
Nice.
Loved every second of it. I felt like me, Jesus, and God were all one.
Nice.
That's the only reason I know it. I'm not even Catholic or Christian, but like that's the only way I know how to explain it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, no, I know what you mean. I love. Yeah.
No, go for it. Go for it.
So I love doing mushrooms at like laser light shows or planetariums where you do a universe kind of walkthrough, or Cirque du Soleil.
Have you ever had a bad trip or anything?
Not really, because I've always made sure that when I do mushrooms, I'm always like I'm in a pretty good mood. Make sure that I'm in an environment that promotes good mood and, you know, good vibes and feelings and stuff like that. I have tried to give myself a bad trip by watching like a horror movie, and I was just like loving it. I was like, oh my god, this bitch is gonna die. Fuck you.
Yeah, but depending that also depends on your personality partially as well, because unless you go through an ego death or whatever, depending on how much you take. Have you ever had that shit happen to you where you went through an ego death and you were like, who the fuck am I? Huh?
Sorry.
Have you ever had a situation where you ever like been in a have had an ego death at all or any of that, or where you didn't know like who the fuck you were or anything? Really? And how much fucking mushrooms did you take?
I do about 4 or 5 grams, depending on the night.
Okay, so that's pretty decent fucking dose. I'm surprised you've never had an ego death or anything. Have you ever done DMT?
No. A couple of people that I know that have done it, and they liked it.
You ever think about doing it? Really? Why the fuck not?
I'm not too sure. I don't know if I would like it or not.
Okay, that's understandable. It's understandable. So, how's your, you, have a girlfriend or anything yet, or are you still refusing to get one of those?
No, I don't have one. I haven't talked to anybody.
Have you at least been laying down some pipe there at all, or no?
Somewhat, yeah, here and there. Not overly. Been working quite a bit, so.
Did you end up getting, I remember you saying this a long ass time ago, you ever end up getting a vasectomy?
No, not yet. Gotta try and schedule one of those here for probably the end of the month or something like that.
So you still don't want kids or none of that shit?
No.
Is it because you just really don't like them?
Yeah, I don't like them. Cost too much. And they, I don't know, I'm just not my cup of tea.
Possibility of having to pay child support if you don't like the girl.
Right, that's the thing too, like fuck.
In Canada, I'm only, I barely know how much you'd have to fucking pay.
It's
how's your,
ridiculous.
how's
it's almost
your,
half of what you earn.
How's your, laws for, what is it called? For getting your child. How, are they ever in your favor, or are they always in the woman's favor there too?
I really don't know. Most of the situation that I've been exposed to, it's either been like, you know, the guy just fucked off, didn't want anything to do with it, or the mom fucked off and didn't want anything to do with it. So there's never been really any legal stuff that I've seen.
So they never like went to courts and fucking fought for the kid or something like that?
Yeah.
Or fought for child support? Like, I'm pretty sure in the U.S. you can do that no matter what. You know? Like, there's a story of this guy. He went and his wife had sex with someone else while they were dating. She went through the whole child pregnancy process. Comes out, finds out years later it's not his child. He wants to divorce her and not have to pay child support. And the country said, that's too fucking bad. That's your kid now. Or it might not even been a few years. It might have been a few months. That's too fucking bad.
Yeah.
That's your kid now. So you're done. You're stuck with it. You'll have to pay child support if you walk away. Or if she walks away. Either way, you're paying. You know, like... And it wasn't even the dude's kid, because his wife cheated on him. His wife cheated on him, that's why.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I don't know how the system works up there for you guys, but the U.S. system's real fucky for everyone. Real fucky. Alright, man, I think I'm gonna get food here in a minute, and I'm gonna end the podcast, my dude.
Alright.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, dude. It probably wasn't as talkative as we were hoping, because we were both pretty fucking blazed, and I just got out of work, so I still, you know, trying to get out of that work mind mentality. You know what I mean?
Right. Get out of that.
But I do have one more thing to say. Bitches be crazy, and that's how it is. Alright, man. Thank you again. You too.